All right, guys, in this video, we're going to talk about Amazon FBA brand registry, and we're going to talk about trademarks because really at the end of the day, the only thing that protects you from hijackers coming onto your listing, trying to steal your buy box, trying to steal your buyers, right, is an active registered trademark. And in order to get brand registry now, as of right now, you have to have an active registered trademark as well. And in the USA, getting a trademark, right, it has to be a federal trademark. It can't be a state trademark. We've tried every little trick that we can possibly think of. The UK has only worked like partially. It doesn't work 100% of the time, right? We've tried state level trademarks. We've tried everything. And the only thing that consistently works, Amazon's getting smarter and smarter every day, is creating a federal trademark. And the way that you do that is with the USPTO or with a service that does it on your behalf. And so let's quickly talk about Amazon FBA brand registry. What we see right here is ready to enroll in Amazon brand registry. You'll need to complete the following steps. Brands must have a registered and active text or image-based trademark. You can see the countries here. Sign into brand registry. If you meet eligibility requirements, sign in with your existing seller, eventual seller, vendor, central credentials, or if you don't have an Amazon account yet, create one for free and then enroll your brand, right? And so if we look at the benefits here, what we'll see is accurate brand representation. Basically, it gives you a little bit more control over Amazon product pages that use your brand name. It lets you make changes to your listing after the listing has been published. So one of the things that's important about Amazon is a lot of times and oftentimes they won't allow you to make changes even to your own listing once that listing has actually been published and becomes active with inventory being sold, right? So when we're creating our listing right now, it's not a big deal because we can change stuff, but once it's actually active and you have inventory in stock ready to be sold, it can be a huge pain in the butt changing things like your title and pictures and things like that. And Amazon does this because they don't want you to make one listing and then totally change the product and like the titles to try to like keep the reviews and things like that. And so I know it's tough from their side and from our side, but brand registry allows you to change things a little bit more. Powerful search and report tools, right? This is generally BS, to be honest. So I'm not even going to talk about that. Additional proactive brand protections, product listings that aren't for your brand and incorrectly use your trademark terms in their titles, right? So basically what this one's saying is if you have an active registered trademark and you have brand registry, you can get rid of people using your trademark incorrectly, because anyone who's using your trademark but you obviously is doing so illegally. And so what we're going to do is go back to Seller Central here, and we're going to open up our listing. And what we're going to do is we are going to actually check to see if our listing is, or if our brand name that we chose literally at random, KD Coffee, is a trademark. So what we're going to do is use tmdn.org, and we're going to type in KD Coffee. And we see KD Coffee Stop Kaive Daragi. So this is not a USA trademark, it looks like. So I doubt that we have any issues. It looks like it's Russia, Uzbekistan. I don't even know what some of these are, to be honest. But it's like a Russian trademark, so this is not going to have any authority in the United States. If we wanted to be super, super careful, we could change it to like a K or something. Like we could do like KD Coffee. Or if we didn't want to get too specific and keep it to coffee, like coffee is such a broad category that it's really not that big of a deal. And what I mean by that is like you don't want to say like Kevin's Coffee Grinders, right, or something like that, because a coffee grinder is just one product, but coffee you can sell coffee itself, you can sell coffee filters, coffee grinders, coffee strainers, like so many different product types that coffee itself is not really restricting you at all when it comes to actually creating a brand. And remember, we want whatever brand name we choose and eventually trademark to be general enough to the point where it's not going to make a huge difference to us, and we're going to get umbrella protection. When we do trademark KD Coffee, it's going to give us trademark protection for our coffee mugs, our coffee grinders, our coffee filters, our coffee, strainers, our coffee pots, like all of the different types of products. And it's a huge vertical, right? Coffee is a multi-billion-dollar business, and so it's general enough. But you wouldn't want to say like KD's coffee grinders or something like that, right? So we're not too worried about the Russia trademark. But if you wanted to be extra safe, then just run it again with a K, and then we could go back in and we could like literally go into this listing, because obviously it's inactive right now, and we could just change our vital info right here to say KD coffee instead, just so we could be super, super safe. And then this is actually the term that we would move forward with, when we went to go create our TM, our trademark, excuse me. So the service that I like to use is called Trademarkia. So if we go to trademarkia.com, and then we go to register trademark, and then what we're going to see is just a simple kind of step-by-step that it talks about. There's a couple different types of trademarks, right? There's a word mark and there's a design mark. A design mark would be like the Amazon symbol with like the little smiley face under it, or like Google with all the different colors, right? The word mark is literally just the word Google or the word Amazon. And so what we're going to do is we can choose name, slogan, logo, or name plus logo. We're just going to do a name mark, because a name mark is, or a name or a word mark is just the simplest thing you can do, especially when you're going to fill out your application. And it's the cheapest, and it affords you the same level of protection on Amazon than it would if you chose name plus logo. So I get the question all the time, Kevin, should we do our logo or our name? What I do is just the name at this point, because at the end of the day, our trademark is not going to be a huge amount of use to us off of Amazon. The 99% of the reason we're getting this trademark is because of Amazon and because of the protection that it allows us, with our brand on Amazon. And the additional consideration is if we ever were to go to sell our business, right? If we wanted to sell our business, having trademarks and things like that, like from an intellectual property perspective, add additional value when you actually go to sell your product, or excuse me, your company. So all we're going to do is we're going to do the name here, and we would just do KD Coffee, right? Email, address, things like that. Continue. We're not going to go through this because it's very, very easy, and they have customer service both via email and calls who can walk you through this. The reason that I use Trademarkia, and I've gotten this comment a couple times over the years teaching Amazon, people say, Kevin, but you can register your own trademark on USPTO and it's like a little bit cheaper. The answer to that is, yeah, that is true. It is a little bit cheaper to do it yourself on USPTO, which is like the federal government's website for trademarks. But the thing is, guys, if you get one tiny thing wrong, then you have to wait 6 more months or more, right? Because the crappy thing is the US government is obviously extremely backed up and just terrible at processing things like this. And so it already takes like 6 to 10 months to get a trademark anyways. And if you make one tiny mistake on your application to try to save like $100, then they're gonna send you back something that says, hey, like you need to fix this one little part, and then it's gonna take another 6 to 10 months for you to actually get your trademark processed, versus paying a lawyer that does this every single day, all day, every day, to do it on your behalf once you fill out this basic application. So just trust me when I tell you, right, do the trademark via Trademarkia or another service that's similar to it. Don't try to skimp out on $100. If you're serious about creating a long-term brand on Amazon, you will need a trademark. And so just do it the right way the first time. Don't make mistakes that I've seen other people make in the past, trying to do everything yourself in this particular case, or just avoiding getting a trademark at all, because they do help you a lot when it comes to protecting yourself, protecting your brand, and then giving you additional value if you do ever decide to sell your Amazon brand, which happens all the time on sites like Flippa and Empire Flippers. We're actually literally, as we speak, selling one of my Amazon accounts for 500 grand. So it happens all the time, guys. It's very common. And so that basically is everything that I wanted to talk about when it comes to brand registry right? Getting it, you have to have an active registered trademark, which takes 8 to 10 months. I use Trademarkia to actually go about doing that, and I use TMView, right, tmdn.org, to actually figure out if there are any actual registered trademarks from around the world. We saw that there was one for KD Coffee in Russia, which obviously is not a huge deal, but just to be super safe, I just used the K. And so that pretty much is everything that I wanted to cover. The last thing really quickly is just enhanced brand content. One of the things that Amazon Brand Registry allows you to have additionally is enhanced brand content. It allows you to have additional images on your listing. It allows you to upload videos to your listing and things like that. But you can't actually use it and upload those additional images and those additional videos to your product listing until after you've been approved for Amazon Brand Registry. And you can't get Brand Registry until after you've been approved for your for your trademark, federal trademark, and it's registered and actually in an active state, which takes anywhere from 6 to around 10 months. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. I know that was a lot of information, but I want to make sure that I cover everything for you guys and never skip any steps. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let's get to the next.